Hi, you guys. This is Jamie with Whatever's Clever Boutique, and today we're going to make this swirl tumbler using all sorts of different medias. We got vinyl, we've got this foil wrap, we have glitter, and it just turned out so beautifully. So we're going to go ahead and start with a bunch of glitters. We have Love Potion from Chase Ray, Felicity, Peony, Cherish. This is one of my favorites from Chase Ray. Insatiable, Stella, and Love You More. I also decided to throw in Millennial Junior. Now we're going to just start by creating a swirl. There's no real rhyme or reason here. I just took my chunky glitters first, and I'm just going to very lightly lay those on the tumbler. We're using a 32-ounce plump from the Tipsy Magnolia, and I am just going to create my swirl however I see it fit. Now, once I get all of my chunkies and mini chunkies laid, I'm going to go back in with the same glitters and lay them on a lot more thick to start building our ombre so that it looks like the whole tumbler kind of melds together, even though they are all different glitters. Once we're all done with those chunkies, I'm going to take that excess that's left on my parchment paper after I tap off that tumbler and put it aside in a medicine cup for our glitter booty. Now that our chunkies are done, we're going to go in with the fine glitters, and I'm just going to take similar colors and lay them over the similar color chunkies to really enhance the blend. Once I got all of those glitters laid, I decided to actually take Shortcake from Chase Ray, and I went ahead and just sprinkled this all over the tumbler to fill any spots that may have any open areas of epoxy, to just add to the blend a little bit more, even though it's not necessarily needed at this point, but I just wanted to be sure it was all covered. and it is seriously so pretty. I love how this swirl turned out. So we're gonna go ahead and take that tumbler and roll it in our parchment paper to flatten down any of those chunky pieces of glitter that are gonna make epoxying a total pain. So now that it is all flat, we're gonna go ahead and apply 2 coats of epoxy. Once those 2 coats are on, I'm gonna go ahead and take my tumbler off the turner and we're gonna do our glitter booty. So we're gonna start with some UV resin by CC DIY, and there is our glitter mix that we saved. It's just a combination of all those chunkies, and I thought it'd be the perfect addition for our glitter booty. So I went ahead and mixed that with some UV resin and put that in the center cavity of the tumbler. I went ahead and popped those bubbles with my lighter. And here I have my logo tags from Mizzy Doodles. I have my custom logo tag that's in the shape of my logo, which I went ahead and took a paint pen and painted the backside of each of these so that the letters stand out since it's going on a light background. And the outer ring goes just perfectly on that outer ring of the tumbler. So once I cured that glitter that was in the center, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up that outside cavity where we're gonna place our center ring. As you can see, that, not center ring, our outside ring. As you can see, it fits perfectly. And then I go ahead and put my logo tag right in the middle with a little bit of UV resin, cure that, and then I do another thin coat of resin over top of all of that, and then we go ahead and cure that. Here's what we got so far for the tumbler. It is looking beautiful, but we're gonna add these foil strips that are almost on a webbing type backing. I'm not entirely sure what they're called. I'll find them and link them in the description below, but I actually got them from Southern Belle Glitter, and we're going to apply them in a swirl motion as well. So I'm going to take this glitter glue from Adhesive Apothecary, and we're just going to go ahead and slowly lay that on the tumbler using that glitter glue. And it does take a little bit of time. You want to be sure to hold that foil section on the glitter glue for it to actually stay put, if you will, because it is such a thick, gosh, we're gonna call it ribbon. It's ribbon for right now. It's such a thick ribbon that it wants to roll back up. So you really have to keep pressure on that foil for it to dry. I'll say it takes a couple of minutes per section, and I just work slowly around in my swirl motion, applying that ribbon. And here it is with the first one laid. I just love the effect that this gives to the tumbler. It's something totally different than what you generally see. So this stuff is so much fun. Then I go ahead and take my X-Acto knife, cut off that excess, and then we're gonna do one more swirl the exact same way with the red ribbon. Once all of the ribbon is applied and dried, we're going to take our binding potion from Adhesive Apothecary and we're just going to put that all over the tumbler. And just to seal all of that ribbon in and make sure nothing lifts in the epoxy. And once we get that all applied, we're going to go ahead and let it dry. I would say I waited about 2.5 to 3 hours. I wanted to be sure that it was completely dry. Once it's all dry, we're going to go in with 2 coats of epoxy. Now for the leopard print. As you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I am obsessed with leopard print. I put it on quite literally everything. So I actually have a container full of miscellaneous leopard prints that I've used on other projects. I always print out full sheets because I always love being able to go in and grab whenever I need any sort of leopard. So I literally have every color in there. But we're gonna go ahead and take this fuzzy layered leopard. I believe this is from Bear Trend Designs, and I cut it out in a sparkly holographic from Tech Rep Craft. And then the outside of the leopard print I cut out in black. And I'm just gonna lay that in a swirl pattern in the sections that are open, that don't have the ribbon on them, if that kind of makes sense. Once we get all of our leopard print laid, we're gonna go in with 2 final coats of epoxy. And here is what we have. I absolutely love how this tumbler came out. We will say it's kind of a Valentine's Day leopard print swirl, if you will, although it can be used at any point in time. It doesn't say anything about Valentine's Day, but just the colors and the hearts in the chunky glitter can make it Valentine's Day. But I hope you guys love this tutorial. I will have everything listed and linked in the description box below, as well as some coupon codes for you guys. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.